Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is great to have you back with us for today's Saturday show. Today is Saturday the 9th of May. Saturday the 9th of May, and it is 2:45 p.m. And before we start our normal proceedings, we have in the studio with us the very special guest and yoga lady who will be giving her thought for the day today. So, hello Flo, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, very well.
And
Can you believe that shop, she's got lots of, just to put a photo of her shop.
we're live. So what is your thought for the day?
Great, it is another great day.
And what do you say to all the people that are in lockdown at the moment? What advice would you give for them?
Enjoy these last few days because Monday you are going back to work.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that's the advice of our resident guru, Flo. And you can join Flo in her classes every Wednesday and Sunday if you tune in to zoom.com.flo.rie. You can also take part in her various classes, and she's got a PayPal account set up, so you can sort that out with her. And I would recommend them. They're one of the best yoga classes that you can get.
Yeah.
Saturday. It's all the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saturday, Tuesday. I don't fucking know anymore. Yeah. So when I come back today, we're going to dye my hair Bella Colour Garnier. I'm going to, get rid of the dark hair, the grey hair. Shall I? I'll bring the lead down in case Tuco wants to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring it back when I come back. Up. Let me put my runners on. Up. We have to go for a bit of a walk, Tuco, because it's going to rain, I think. Flo said the storm's coming. Huh? She'll be back in 40 minutes or so. Here we go. Do you want to come, Tuco? Do you want to come for a walk? What's the story? You coming? Coming with me? It looks like you are, huh? Looks like you are. Good boy. I see a car over there. It's like a white van. Maybe one of the farmers. Do I see people there? Good boy. I guess we'll chance the walk. Kind of looks like people sitting in the grass. I must be seeing things. I think the proportions are right. If they were people, they'd be about the size of trees. So, that's my first look at lure here. Is the dark cloud starting to roll in? It normally comes from that direction. Not yet. Stop. 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 Wait. Wait. Allez, Tuco. Alright, they're coming from the east. Maybe the clouds are coming from the east. I don't know. This big storm forecast for tonight. Yeah. Allez! Well, it is people. Looks like two girls walking toward me. I wonder, is it Jocelyn and her friend? You're not going to bark at these people, Tuco, are you? Look at all the puppies. Now, Tuco. Now. Nah. No. No. Good boy. Good boy. Bonjour. Good boy. Allez. Who is that? It was Jocelyn and her girlfriend. They both look like they've been swimming. My mind goes immediately to lesbian activities. Terrible. What a filthy mind you have. Filthy. Yes. Lesbians. Beautiful. Lesbians. So that van is way back. It's way back in the field. So maybe me and Tuco will be able to walk our normal way without running into anybody. Yes, I've already given the date out. Saturday the 9th. Monday the 11th, it's by no means back to normal. It's just a few things have changed. I'll be able to go to the Connemara, I think, without any problem. I want to get masks now, I really do. I want to get a mask when I go out. Yes, I'm going to get a mask. I wonder why Howard Hughes didn't wear a mask. I think if he was terrified of germs, that would have been an obvious thing to do for him. So, oh yes, I was just thinking, what did I do yesterday evening? It's kind of a strange day yesterday. I went to the Connemara at around 3 o'clock, and Flo met me there, and we spent quite a few hours, maybe over 2, maybe 3. Me uploading stuff to my account, to YouTube, and Flo sorting out an email and a video and stuff. And then I walked back, and then I walked Tuco, and then we heated up the mince, and hey, it's after 8. And then by the time I finished the mince, it's very bright, but it's 9 o'clock. And the day is gone, and so I settled down to transport fever, and I'm going through my 2 towns, which I realise I can't really do much more with now because I maxed out all my industries, so I can't really. And the transport situation, well, I just can't seem to get people to go from one place to another. I think the dynamic of that is if you have 3 or more towns, it's much easier because people tend to all go from one place to the other. And then in the other place, the other town, town B, they will use whatever transport is there to get to town C. And it's this, I think the game's algorithm has this kind of circular motion with people. So in the game I uploaded, for instance, the 8 episodes, that was the case. If you have 4 or 5 towns and you connect them all via bus or rail, and you can kind of get a circular thing going, people will move in great numbers from one town to the next. But if it's just 2 towns, I think it kind of messes with the algorithm, although you can have randomly generated 2 towns, but I suspect it doesn't work as well because the people go from one to the other and then they have to go back, and that's it. Anyway, maybe that's not the reason at all, but I just couldn't get the public transport to work. And with the factories maxed out, there isn't really any more chance of growth. I did have both towns up to 1,200, more or less, and I had each factory producing in excess of 350 units. So it's pretty good. I'm going to keep the maps. I'm going to maybe do some recording of the ground level view and make a little video because it's quite nice. But the thing to say about last night is that 12 o'clock came and I just started to feel incredibly tired. And so I went to bed. I went to bed at 12 o'clock, half 12, let's say. And that was a fucking mistake. That was a mistake. Because I think I may have slept for 42 minutes to an hour. And then I woke up. I woke up at around 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just could not sleep. I listened to hours of this audio stuff. And it was starting to get bright, and I was still awake. And I could hear Tuco crying, so I'd say it was after 6 maybe. Oh, and then Flo woke up at 7 and I was awake. So at 7 I had some tea and a chicken sandwich and a piece of cake. 7 till around 8. Then I went back and woke up at half 12 feeling fucking exhausted. So I'm going to feel that today. It's just a really bad night's sleep. I don't know if is it perhaps some consolation that at least you're in bed and your eyes are closed, and even if you're not sleeping, you know, perhaps it is of some benefit. I don't know. Is it any good lying in bed not sleeping? I mean, at least I wasn't looking at a screen. What do I see ahead of me? Is it a rabbit? Just is sitting out in the field. Allez, Tuco. Ah, it's a crow. That was a rabbit. Tuco's coming with me this afternoon. He's beside me here for the walk. I'm having my hair dyed when I go home. Kind of pushing myself to do it. I'm not really, like I just said, I'm really not in any kind of a humour. I'm holding myself together. We were just talking about the Connemara and Flo, about how she doesn't like the way she's speedy in the Connemara and she's going on about other places, and how she'd rather be able to go to all these conventions and yoga classes around the country if she wasn't working. And I'm not in good form, so I really have to, I don't want to going on and on about this circular thing. I'm fed up talking about it, but I don't want to get back into it. But when my humour is down and when her humour is down, it's tricky. And it's a bit like that with my hair. I'm not really in the humour for that either. The only thing I want to do today is go through all the storage devices to see what's on them, not the expansion pack, which is all the stuff from the last decade. I've just been through that a million times, but there's some new stuff I got, and I want to see, is there any audio on it that I could maybe audio from January. And if not, then I've pretty much got all the audio available to me on the desktop, really, and I can just start going through it all bit by bit, and I guess I can download all the stuff that's on this digital recorder now, and slowly there's about 60 uploads waiting to happen on that. That's going to take a while. Good thing is that the files are quite light when it's produced and everything. If it's an hour, it's about maybe 150, maybe 200 megabytes. Not too bad. It would be possible, if our internet was working properly, to upload them from home. Hello, Tuco. Let's go this way, down to the river, the way we always go. I brought my blue Decathlon jacket, and it's fucking roasting. I associate the wind with the cold, but this wind is warm. Well, let's go and get you a drink, Tuco. You must be thirsty, are you? You must be thirsty and hot. Don't normally come out this time. Yeah, I can hear the wind. I can hear the wind getting up. So, with this bad night's sleep, today is a day I'd like to just quietly get through. Quietly get through. Get up into Red Dead Redemption or something. Get locked down into a little bit of action that way, and then kind of get into the night and quietly go to bed at maybe 2 o'clock or something. And not get involved in any debates or differences of opinion with Flo, because it's one of those days that you could see heading into the negative territory. The stock market of our moods is on the decline today. So fascinating the way the moods go. I remember walking into the Connemara yesterday. I was kind of high as a kite going in. Good boy, Tuco. Oh, good boy. That's it. Look at this, brilliant, isn't it? You can stand up to your stomach in the water, and there you just drink, huh? Beautiful. Maybe this river is going to get some more water this coming storm, huh? Good boy. Yeah, and a few days before, let's say through the last 3-4 days, we've both been in really great form, joking and stuff. And I was saying to Flo, isn't it kind of funny? I don't think she gets that. I don't think she thinks about it too much. It's not something that causes pause. The idea is, isn't it funny that we were kind of really down and grumpy and everything on Tuesday, and on Wednesday evening we're all seem to be in good form, and there's no thoughts at all about the Connemara or about the future, and everything seems okay. And I was like that yesterday, but after last night's sleep, lack of sleep, I don't feel like that today. Yesterday was such a short day. It really felt like I got up, I went to the Connemara, I came home, I walked Tuco. We had our dinner, we spoke to Pam. I checked out Transport Fever for a few minutes and then I went to bed. That was the day. And now I find myself once again coming up toward the electricity pylon. Yes, indeed. It's quite a drop when you have a bad night, if that's the reason. It could be electromagnetic, who knows. Could be in the atmosphere, but I can really feel a drop, a real big drop in my state of play today. That's why it's one of those days when you feel like this, that you think your best thing to do now would be to just get locked down in the lockdown, get locked down into some Red Dead Redemption, or start a brand new Transport Fever map and start concentrating on those individual trucks, you know, something. Because it'll lift, and if I have a good night's sleep tonight, I may feel completely different tomorrow. Nothing else to report today. Tuco barked a hell of a lot this morning. I was a bit annoyed. It's like Flo just kept ignoring him. But like I said, today is such that I want to stay away from any kind of conflict. Because with this Connemara opening and just the way Flo reacted yesterday when she arrived in the Connemara, my God, the effect that place has on her. She just arrives and starts throwing things around on the desk. It really is. It's almost like a kind of poison to her. I know when we get back going, and I'm sure when a certain person arrives, or people, she may find herself happy to see people, and she may find her mood okay. But it really is fair to say that, when she says she just doesn't like the Connemara, she's not kidding. And she has been in a much more longer spells of a happier mood during this lockdown than she will be in the Connemara. And I think it's understandable and necessary that people have to vent in these situations. And unfortunately, I'm the person she's going to vent to. But I just have to I don't know if it's the right thing or the wrong thing, but I just have to not react. It's like the talking about, she said, it's costing me money to call my mother. So I should ask my mother to call me back, and I think that's fine, I will say it to my mother, because if it's free from her end, of course, why not? But of course, if it's not free from her end, I was saying to myself, how does it look if it's not free from my mother's end, and I'm asking my nearly 80-year-old mother to call me back because her 54-year-old son doesn't want to pay the bill for the phone. That doesn't seem right. But perhaps she's not paying anything, and that's fair enough. We have no internet either. We've got the roaming on our phones, so we can use them, but the internet seems to be fucked. I have a feeling the box has been fried. We've placed it in a way where it's on top of another box, and I was just lifted it up yesterday and you could hardly touch underneath it. It's just roasting. I don't know if that's the reason, but and the heat wouldn't do it any good. So we've got no internet at all on the laptops. You alright, Tuco? Oh, stop. What's stuck to you? What's stuck to you? Nothing. Yeah, I just gotta find little things to do. Day like today. I wonder if the oh, my voice is breaking. I wonder if a storm like this can affect the mood. It's a kind of an electrical storm. The air is very close, it's heavy. I'm sure these electrical charged skies have an effect on people. It's so fascinating the way the mood just, it draws this filter over everything. And then it also seems to draw all of its type of files to you. It's like starting a slideshow and every picture is, they're all bad pictures, you know what I mean? It attracts the negative thoughts. You start thinking about your past. I don't do this anymore, but if you did, you'd find you'd be going straight into all the negative stuff in the past. But I have to just follow my own guidance and my own practice what I preach, in a sense. If I believe this is just all part of the human condition and it's based on atmospheric conditions or internal conditions, or in my case, most surely on just a bad night, then it's like you say, it's not personal. You just slipped into this mood because of various chemical reactions, body situations. It's not personal. It's just biological. So try to be easy on yourself. Try to find some nice little distractions. Don't start casting your mind onto any grand ideas that are going to cause you irritation.
And then in a sense you just kind of treat it like a hangover. You just think, well, you know, I've been here before, it goes. It takes a while, it goes. Bring time to it, you know. I know me and Flo were arguing, having a terrible time a few days ago, and then it all lifted, and I found myself, like I keep going on about yesterday, going into the Connemara, and kind of, I seem to arrive so fast, and I had so much energy. And that's the way it goes. You know, rather than trying to, oh, I've got to get rid of this feeling completely, I've got to stop feeling any kind of negative. There must be a way, there must be an antidote. And then you say, well, you've been trying to do that for the best part of, what, 40 years? Don't you think there comes a time to say, well, if I haven't discovered a way to stop this in 40 years, maybe I'm not going to discover a way to stop it. And if someone says, well, it's a lifetime's work, maybe you'll discover it in another 40 years, and I can say, well, that's too fucking late. Maybe I have to approach this in a different way. And accepting these situations seems to work for me. It doesn't get rid of the state, but it seems to kind of take away some of its energy. It also, it helps disassociate the exterior events from the interior soundscape, so you don't start blaming exterior stuff on the mood. You think the mood is just there. That's something I can't seem to get through to Flo, and it might be because perhaps people are different, and perhaps for her it's just the case that the Connemara is genuinely the problem, and without it she wouldn't sink into any form of depression. Again, I know that's nonsense. It'd be interesting to ask her if she remembers suffering from ups and downs like this when she was 16, before she had any business or experience in anything. I could actually ask myself the same question. I don't really remember. I can go back to the early 90s though, in Sutherland Avenue. I certainly had ups and downs. And in 94, when I was with Martina Heatherfield Court, I distinctly remember one day being on the ground on my hands and knees because I just felt so bad. So yeah, it's always been there. It's always been there regardless of the exteriors. That's something I read years ago about the fact that the Middle Ages are a difficult part psychologically, and then when people get to around 60 they start to be at their most relaxed, because there's some, obviously I think, some built-in mechanisms which it's a bit like one of the computer games. When you reach a certain level, you have a certain population, you've been playing a certain amount of time, and something kicks in, and all of a sudden various buildings start to show up that you haven't seen before. And it's not much to do with you, it's just the natural programming in the game. So in life, perhaps when people get to a certain age, even if people are not working on themselves a lot, something just kind of in a natural way starts to kick in, and certain moods and psychological states kind of drop off. And then people say, my life has never been better, I'm enjoying myself now, and these things don't bother me as much. What's happened is some internal state has changed, the biology has changed, and so the person doesn't suffer as much with the ups and downs. But the person translates that into that the outside has changed and things are better than they used to be. In actual fact, the outside is the same, and the mortality question is still as tough as ever, but the internal mechanism has changed, and so the person is much more prone to feel much more stable, much more serene than it was. What am I seeing ahead? Wow, is this Jocelyn and a friend still fucking here? I mean, I haven't been slow, but I've still been at least a half an hour walking. I was standing in the poppy field for the last half hour, taking pictures or something. I wonder. I trust my intuition. I get the feeling these two women are having a relationship. Funny, huh? Jocelyn was married. Who is that, Tuco? Kie. Oh, wait a minute, maybe... Oh, actually, maybe it's not them. Could just be two young girls taking pictures. That girl's kind of the same age as Mary Lou. Perhaps. It is. Bonjour. Bonjour. Probably a girl and her mother. Hard to tell when you've got two petite people from the distance. You can't make out the details. They could both be 18. And when you get closer, the woman is more probably in her 30s. Wait, Tuco. Wait. Allez. Allez across the road. Goodbye. There you go. That's my boy. Goodbye. What's wrong with your paw, huh? Why do you keep at it? Wait. Wait. Wait, Tuco. Wait. Allez. Allez. Allez, Tuco. Allez. Allez, allez, allez. Allez. Allez, allez. Allez, allez, allez. Allez, little fella. Allez, little fella. Pop, pop. Allez. Tuco. I think the rain is coming. Huh? Shall I bring these in?
Yes, I think tomorrow is more rain.
Chap. Something in his paw, I think.
Dirty and long hair. Something in your paw? Something in your paw?
Yes. Right, so we're just bringing in the chairs. The raindrops are falling on my head. But that's not going to make me blue. No. I'm not going to stop the rain by complaining. Because I'm free. Nothing is really bothering me. Yes. Just taking off my shoes. It's raining, but it's fucking hot. That's a 40-minute vlog, blog, diary, video pod, audio job, audio video. 40 minutes. Now the battery is down to 2 bars. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. And we're at number 64. 64. So from me and Tuco and Flo, it's over and out for today. Join me again tomorrow at the same time for the same thing.